There are many ways that we can approach this problem. First, let's draw a timeline to help us organize the cash flows. We're told there are payments of $215 beginning in periods 51 through and including period 103. And so here's a time chart which shows the cash flows beginning in 51 of $215, continuing every year thereafter up until period 103. We can see that if we start in period 50, these payments constitute a normal annuity, since the payments are made at the end of the first period. So if we were to start in period 50, that first payment of $215 occurs one period from now, the present, if we're standing at period 50. Now we could also start in period 51 and treat this as an annuity due, as the payments would start at the beginning of the first period. So if we were standing on period 51, we call that the present. The first payment of $215 occurs today. So if we wanted to treat it like that, we would have to set our calculator mode to begin and treat it as an annuity due. Let's just leave our calculator in its default mode and treat this as a normal annuity. This means we'll be starting in period 50. We first need to find the total value of all of these payments. We can find either the present value or the future value. Let's find the present value. Since the question tells us that this annuity has 53 payments, we'll use 53 for the number of periods. We also know that the interest per period is 12%. We don't know what a period is, whether it's 6 months or a year, but all we need to do is match the interest with our payments. So we can use 12% for our interest in our financial calculator. So we have all the information needed to find the present value of this annuity at time period 50. We put 53 in for N, we put 12% in for the interest, and we put $215 in for the payment. We found the present value to be $1,787.25 in period 50. Now we need to find what this lump sum is worth in the period negative 7. First, we need to find out how many periods there are between period 50 and period negative 7. There are 50 minus negative 7, which is 57 periods that we must discount our sum backward. So again, we're looking for the payment, what the lump sum is worth in period negative 7, and since negative 7 is earlier in time than the period 50, which is where we have currently the value of the annuity, we need to discount this value backwards. So we can use our calculator to do this. There are 57 periods between period 50 and period negative 7, and we want to discount our sum backward. So we will treat the $1,787.25 as the future value and solve for the present value, which is in time period negative 7. Note that the interest is still 12%. So N is 57 periods, interest per year or per period is 12%, and the future value is what we found the value of the annuity to be, which was $1,787.25. So we just find the present value, which is in time period negative 7, to be $2.80.